Brittany, thank you. Governor Rick Scott declared the opioid crisis in Florida a public health emergency. Now, in the past, we've brought you stories of addicts who are trying to recover from drug addiction.
Tonight, we're talking about the opioid crisis from the point of view from a first responder. Our Shelby Danielson has this story tonight.
I'm walking along 103rd Street right now on the west side, and this is a part of Jacksonville known as an opioid epicenter. It's not alone. You can see the crisis areas indicated in red on this map. We have Arlington, the urban core downtown, 5 Points, and then where we were today on the west side.
So the call was right here. It was mom and another man and a young child in a car seat who probably was about 9 months old, and then a 5-year-old.
It's a typical scene, he says, responding to an overdose call to find children standing by as EMTs, like Chuck Baldwin, bring their parents back to life with a drug called Narcan.
And then about midday, late afternoon, you go to them again for the exact same call. Or you hear in the west side, 5 overdose calls going on at the same time.
As if to prove his point, an ambulance drove by us at that time. He confirmed through the fire department it was a call for an overdose.
The ER over here is basically, for all intents and purposes, brand new. When they opened that ER, I don't think they knew what they were going to get as far as their patient load.
In fact, they've already had to expand. When they opened in 2016, they had 26 overdose cases. So far, just this year, they've had 235. Jacksonville's 2 other busiest ERs with overdose cases are Memorial and UF. In 2016, there were about 1,700 overdose cases in our local hospitals. So far this year, there are nearly 1,600 already. JFRD shows even more with their calls. They responded to about 2,100 cases in 2015. That rose to 3,400 in 2016.
When they changed the law and they shut down the pill mills, people who were using those drugs did not go away. So where do they go? They go to the street. The problem is now you're not dealing with pharmaceuticals anymore. Now you're dealing with drugs off the street. And then the big uptick is that they've added fentanyl to it.
Fentanyl, he says, is even more lethal.
Can Narcan bring someone back after using fentanyl?
It's getting more and more difficult every day.
He says there are parts of the First Coast that remain untouched for now.
Eventually it'll be there. It's inevitable.
Baldwin says drug addiction awareness through families, local charities, and help centers is crucial because if the trend continues like this, it will only get worse. So while this is where an epicenter is for now, we're told it will spread. On the west side, Shelby Danielson, First Coast News.